Hello everyone, GeneralApple here with another House in Fata Morgana video. And on our last playthrough, we finished the second sub-episode, Tales Wasted Away in Obscurity, which had actually split into three small parts, relatively short, and they were really awesome because each part tell a different tale of a different person. I believe the first was about Mel and Nelly, kind of the aftermath of what had happened after the first door. And the second one was about Yukimasa, but it was somewhere before the second door started. It was a short story. And that was, really, really good. But it was the weakest of the bunch. I believe the third story was the best, which of course was about Georges, the brother of Michelle and Didier. And kind of told the story of what transpired after Michelle had died. And yeah, it was incredible. It actually shed some light about the story. And it was kind of nice to understand how he even became that painting in the first place in the Dark Mansion. And that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. It was just a really nice experience. But now, we stand before the last sub-episode, which is Happily Ever After, which I was dying to play. So let's just dive right into it, because I really hope it's going to touch the ending of the first game, where we got to see everyone reincarnated. So let's just hope for that. A tale beyond their happy end. Okay, that seemed like a modern bed. That's good. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, this is it. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely about that. So we're gonna see them in modern time after they're being reincarnated. Sick. Michelle. No going back to sleep today, Michelle. Time. What's the time? What, 9? We're meeting at 10. That was my second alarm, wasn't it? Out of bed now. No time to waste. How big of an oaf would I look if I were late because I slept in? Oh, wow. It's so weird seeing modern, rooms. That is so odd. That is unbelievably odd. You get so used to the medieval settings, you're just like, okay, modern times, it seems kind of, off place, but it's so funny to just see. Normally, I would have no problem waking up, but I had trouble falling asleep last night thanks to my nerves. What am I, a 5-year-old? Breakfast. I can do without. I need to get dressed and cleaned up. Teeth brush, check. Hair brushed, check. Button all lined up properly, check. Tag removed from my new shirt, check. Room, a disaster. I was planning to clean it when I got up this morning. That's fine though. It's not like I'm inviting her over. I shouldn't even be thinking about that on our first time out. Okay, all set. Here he goes. So I wonder what Happily Ever After. Oh, I miss this music. So good. So good. These are real life pictures. Yeah, this is clearly a real life picture. They just put a filter on it. Okay, so they are in France, if I remember correctly. There are memories ingrained in my soul. Were I to tell anyone, they might think I was mad. Or maybe that I had been reading too much New Age self-help books. Or possibly even that I was a member of a shady cult. But in any event, it likely wouldn't give many people a good impression of me. In my memory of my past life, the soul was held in great regard, and the church wielded nearly absolute power. But neither of those things were true of the present day. Yeah, so they remember their past life. I remember that from the first game. That's interesting. While people had more freedom, more choices, and more opportunities than ever before, there were things they had lost, no longer accepted. That the soul was real. That miracles actually happened. That there was still so much about the world we didn't know, didn't understand. People these days were simply not inclined to accept such truth. But I wasn't particularly troubled by the fact that few were likely to believe me. I didn't feel alone in my knowledge, because I wasn't. Thank God, because on that fateful day, we found each other again. Why is she dressed like that? But it's okay. It's kind of not modern, but I love this picture. This is good. Let's take a moment and appreciate that. That is beautiful. Finally, they reunited. She turned towards me, the very same Giselle from my memories. And just as I recognized her, she too knew exactly who I was. For the two of us have memories. Memories ingrained in our soul. And no longer do those memories serve as shackles. If I can keep up this pace, I should make it right on time. Thank goodness. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't growl in front of her. In a turn of events that can only be described as miraculous, we were never reunited after nearly 1,000 years. It was the sort of dramatic moment you might see at the end of a movie or a novel, the point at which the story was finished and nothing more needed to be told. But our lives continued on past that moment, an uneventful, hardly noteworthy succession of days. Nothing particularly different from what you might find in any other random person you choose off the streets. But it was that little fistful of happiness we had sought for so many years. We were just two ordinary people now. There is no drama or excitement in the tale that follows, only a small slice of two regular lives. Brother, this is all that I need to hear. I don't need to hear more than that. I wonder if their family's still the same. It had only been about a week since our reunion, and while I would have loved to grab Giselle by the hand and take her home with me right then and there, I couldn't simply uproot her from her own life. Both of us were busier than we had in the Middle Ages, myself with work and her with university. So after that, we quickly caught each other up on our present life situations, exchanged content information, and agreed to meet up in the following week. I then walked her to the station, and that was the end of that. A rather underwhelmingly mundane conclusion to such a dramatic, tearful reunion. Especially coming right after I had said, I want to spend my days with you, with that smile always at my side, and nothing to get in our way. Though I suppose it shouldn't have come as any surprise that reality wasn't as simple as fairy tales. That meant today would be our first chance to spend any real quality time together. Hence, the butterflies in my stomach, and having not gotten much sleep last night. By all accounts, I had no reason to be nervous. We knew each other better than perhaps two people ever should. But this was different. This was now. We weren't just in a new era. We'd been given an entirely new life. Not a second late. Am I here first? Thank goodness. I want to start off on the right foot here, and keeping her waiting is not the way to do that. But thankfully Oh! Aha, Michelle. Oh, wow, look at her. She's so beautiful. Did not make it in before her. Good morning. Oh, wow. Good morning, Giselle. Man, this is weird. This is odd seeing them like this, but it makes me happy. I honestly can't stop smiling. This is awesome. It's so weird seeing them, in the modern era. It is phenomenal. This is outstanding, though. I love every second of it. Are you feeling okay? You're red as a beet and you're beating pretty heavily. Never felt better. Well, enough to do a little running, in fact. You ran all the way here? There was no need to rush, huh? I didn't want... I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Oh, no, not at all. You're here right on time. I suspected you might show up early, so I wanted to be here at least 5 minutes beforehand. I suppose I did show up a bit early. When did you get here exactly? About 5 minutes ago, I think? Now the truth? 9:30. That's way too early. I was just... I was so eager to see you again. I'm sorry, I let myself get a bit too excited, didn't I? No, it's fine. I hardly slept for the same reason, so... Anyway, I'm sorry for making you wait so long. No worries. I spent the extra time in the cafe right there, and I couldn't have been happier. Happier about... waiting? Absolutely. You can see the station entrance through the cafe windows. And as I was sitting there, giddily imaging you out there among the crowds looking for me, the 30 minutes went by before I even knew it. Is that so? Was that creepy? No, not creepy at all, just... My heart may have skipped a beat. Ah. Hey, hee. And don't forget, I'm a pro when it comes to waiting. Well, that's true. Half an hour may as well be half a second. I'll still try to avoid keeping you waiting in the future. I'd appreciate that. So, what's the plan? You said you were going to choose where we went. Ah, yeah. Today's schedule was all on me, at my own request. For one, I wanted to show her I could be more proactive than in the past, and for two, I wanted her to just be able to enjoy the day without worrying about anything else. After all, this was our first date. Shall we start with a movie then? Ooh, I like that idea. I haven't been to the cinema in a while, but it's not the same as watching TV on the TV at home. I can't wait. I was afraid that it might come off as too safe, but Giselle seemed to be fond of the idea. Thank you, whoever invented movie theaters. And thank you, whoever wrote that dating manual. So, what are we going to see? Oh? Huh. What should we see? So you only decided on a movie and not a specific one, Michelle. I thought you wanted to go because you had something in mind. Sorry. I was so focused on figuring out where to take you. Trip 2 steps out of the gate. Oh, don't beat yourself up. It's fine. Finding something to see once you're there is fun too. Man, I love Giselle. Let's do that then. We'll go to one of the bigger theaters, something with a large selection. Perfect. Ah, this is so good. Oh god. Sorry for keep saying that, but man, I waited for this. You know what? I played 50 hours just to get to this exact moment. Oh, so we're there at the theater, it seems. Michelle, very, very silly question for you. Yes? Are you someone who gets popcorn at the theater? It's expensive. Nah. Well, she wasn't lying about how silly it was. That said, my empty stomach appreciates her bringing up the subject of food. Michelle? Right. Not usually. I prefer to focus on the movie. Oh, really? I like to have a bag to munch on while I'm watching, personally. By all means. It's not going to bother you hearing me crunch in your ear? Not particularly, no. If it were anyone else, then maybe. I'm in a popcorn mood today myself, so I'll get a bag as well. Can't fight this hunger any longer. Oh, alright. Then we get one salted and one sweetened. Oh, the ticket counter are open. Have you decided what we're seeing? Is there anything you'd like to see? I was thinking you could choose. I want you to decide, Michelle. I'm curious to see what kind of movies you pick. I see. Well then. Oh, man, we got to choose? Okay, you know what, let me save, just in case I want to replay that after. Action, romance, horror, animated, naughty! Well, what do I like the most? I don't really a fan of action. I'm a fan of horror and romance, if I'm being truly honest with myself. That's all that I watch. But I don't think horror is fitting. Let's go with romance. That's also my favorite. That's why I'm playing this game. How about this one? Oh, the poster, the title. Everything about it oozes sappy romance. This was the last movie I would have expected you to pick, Michelle. Is this something you actually want to watch? You didn't just choose it for me, right? I have no particular objections to this movie. Although, I'm not especially interested in it either. Hey, whoa! I was choosing, man, don't say that. Oh, I know. You just want to see the lead actress naked. I beg your pardon? I mean, it is a romance movie, and that's an important part of romance. Maybe so, but I don't appreciate you making it sound like I'm just a horny teenage boy. Well, if that's not why you chose it, I'm stumped. What kind of person does she think I am? I simply thought it would be more appropriate for a date than, say, a horror film or a thriller. Wow, that's exactly what I said. And curiously, It's the kind of movie I can only watch with you. Ah, yeah, the audience don't tend to be groups of women or couple. It would be pretty awkward going alone, huh? True. That's not what I meant at all. I was just concerned with helping to set the mood. But whatever, I suppose. Well, you can rest easy today, Michelle. Now you get to be the guy everyone's jealous of, walking into a sappy chick flick with a pretty girl on your arm. You can stop cursing every couple you walk past now. Why are you acting like I'm some kind of sad, lonely loser? You sure look the part. This is actually funny. Alright, well, I'll go get the tickets. I won't be too long. I'm coming with you, and I at least like to pay for... No, please, allow me, if you would. Okay. Thank you. Damn, what a gentleman. The only thing I don't understand is why they dress the way they are. I mean, it's modern era. Who dresses like that? And Michelle especially, he have a trench coat for some reason, like him some 80s detective. That's kind of off. But okay, you know what? To each their own. Ah, that was wonderful. I can't stop thinking about the ending when they finally got together. I cried all the way through the credit and then some. I'm impressed with how well you held yourself together, Michelle. Well, you know, it wasn't so much a matter of me holding myself together as me being so focused on her, I hardly paid attention to the movie. I spent the whole time thinking about how maybe I should try to hold her hand or something. That I have no idea what the movie was even about. And I didn't even manage to do that. I'm hopeless. Michelle? Oh yeah, right. It was a wonderful movie. It was. So tell me, what was your favorite scene, Michelle? What? What was yours, Giselle? It's a tough choice, but I have to go with the part where the girl about to fall into a pit of lava and the guy risked death to save her. What the hell kind of movie was that? Yeah, I agree. That part had me on the edge of my seat. Yeah, I think she fooled him. I don't think that part existed. You don't remember a thing about the movie, do you, Michelle? Huh? Why on earth would there be any lava pit? Yeah, I swear, you were distracted the whole time. Sorry. I was right, wasn't I? You don't like romance movie very much. I wanted you to pick something you would like, not to force yourself to sit for something just for me. It's not that I don't like them, just... Next time, we'll see something more to your taste. Maybe a movie about a serial killer that targets couple. Why would you think I have some kind of grudge against couples? I mean, you look the part. I probably deserve that, but still. Well, to be honest, she's not wrong. What is this? Alright, so what's next on the agenda? I was thinking we could go to a cafe nearby and relax. Or maybe a park. The weather is quite nice. Let's go to the park then. I brought lunch for us. Oh, you did? Does that mess up your plans? Oh no, not at all. I'm thrilled. I love your cooking. Thank you. This will be the first time you've had it in a millennium, huh? Not something you hear every day. Yeah, that is kind of weird that I remember, but I love it. That's actually such a massive change from other like visual novels and game that involves like time travel. Or I guess like, you know, reincarnation and stuff. But that's what makes it all the better. Oh, I just realized. Question mark? Are you alright spending so much time outside? You're still sensitive to sunlight, aren't you? Sorry, I should have asked you sooner, but it completely slipped my mind. Don't worry, I'm fine. A lot of progress has been made in the last 1,000 years. My doctor has me using a special sunscreen, and I make sure to keep a pair of sunglasses on me at all times. While it does still cause slight inconveniences, the difference between before is night and day. Oh, well, we do have modern medicine, so we still have the same thing. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, that's definitely good. I like this spot. There certainly are a lot of people here, though I suppose it is the weekend. Looking out at the beautiful scenery, everyone just quietly enjoying themselves. Life is good, wouldn't you say? Look at them. You can even nap here. The weather is great, so I can hardly blame them. He, would you like to join the fun after we eat? My lap is yours for the napping. What? I would love absolutely nothing more, but I don't want to answer too quickly and come off as clingy or creepy. Plus, I feel like it would be rude to sleep on our first date. Let's spread out the blanket and have lunch then, shall we? I made an assortment of sandwiches. You snooze, you lose. Thank you very much. The sandwiches were delicious. Oh no, it was my pleasure. I'd love to make you something a little more hearty next time. You'll have to come over sometime. I'd be happy to. But don't you live with your family? Would that make it too awkward? I'll wear my best suit and bring a gift. That would just make it even more awkward. My mom and sister are relaxed, friendly girls. Make yourself right at home. And your father? I know, he passed away when she was young in our previous life. Oh, my dad. And I guess it's the same this time around. Oh god, I forgot about him. He's always like, if you bring a guy home, I'll make sure he never comes back again. Oh, so, right, I'm glad to hear he's alive and well. He's a bit overprotective. I don't think he actually means it though. I'll have to meet with them eventually. So I'll make sure I'm ready for anything. How are your parents, Michelle? They're doing fine. They live in the suburbs not far from here, and I go back to visit occasionally. Oh, neat. Sounds like things are pretty different for both of us this time around. Out of curiosity, are your parents Lady and Lord Antonin? I don't think the Lord and Lady is necessary. Ah, force of habit. But no, they're not my parents this time. And ever since my memories came back, I've had odd moments of dissociation where my life doesn't feel like it belongs to me. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Their life were different. And now even their parents are different, which I guess is a good thing because we know what Antonin has done to Giselle and what his mother did to him, so that's actually a really good thing. I wonder if her brothers are the same because I clearly remember Michelle's brother asked to be reincarnated and be their brother in the next life. So I wish that happened. Oh yeah, that's happened to me a few times too. Some things are the same as before, but a lot changed. Sometimes memories of my old family come back to me and I start wishing I could see them again. Tell me, am I any different? I am, aren't I? I can't possibly be the exact same person I was back then. I have a different family, different values. I was raised in a different environment. The same could be said of me. I have led a very different life than my previous one. I've read that we're always changing, that we're never exactly the same person we were even a second ago. Oh. Cells are constantly dying and dividing. Around 10% of the bone tissue in your body is replaced every year. I could hardly be considered the same man I was merely a few years ago. Never mind in an entirely different life. I guess. And that's just on the physiological level. The mind is the same way. I didn't think and feel the same way as a child that I do now. We are, in essence, in a perpetual state of transformation. I still think of you as the same Michelle, though. And I, you. That's all there is to it. While scientifically speaking, we may be constantly changing, we're still able to recognize each other as each other. And perhaps that is the nature of the soul. I love the Giselle of a second ago, the Giselle of the present, and the Giselle of every second to come, all as one. Me too. Now that is something the old Michelle would never have said. Could have never have said, I imagine. Jeez, you caught me off guard and now I'm all flustered. I can refrain in the future, if you would prefer. No, don't even think about it. Tell me more, I want to hear more. I'll see what I can do. Way to kill the mood, Captain Awkward. Putting pressure on me like that isn't making it any easier. Huh. You really aren't all that different, are you? Probably not. I still sometimes wonder if maybe this is all a dream. I honestly wasn't sure we could ever cross paths. that we would ever have this reunion. I even questioned whether anything I remember was true. Maybe I was just delusional. No one believes in reincarnation or past lives today, so it was sometimes hard to believe it myself, you know? But still, you came looking. For as much as I could believe, I wanted to believe 10 times more. That our time together, the things that I felt, that everything that took place in that mansion wasn't just my delusion. And I'm so glad I did. As am I. I felt much the same way. I thought I was confused, my mind playing tricks on me, but as time passed and the fog slowly cleared, I felt a strange certainty that I would find you if I went there. And I'm so glad I did. I wonder what everyone else is up to. Everyone else? I mean, we're here, so it wouldn't be that strange if everyone else that was trapped in the mansion were too. That was exactly what I was about to say. I really want to see what happened with the rest of them, especially Jacopo and Morgana. Those two, super interesting to me. I mean, half of the game was about them, right? Especially this one, this expansion. Or should I say just sequel. On my way to see you that day, I actually ran into someone who we might have known. Oh, a man with wavy hair lost his hat in the wind, and I picked it up for him. When he saw me, he asked if we had met before. And the way he talked, it sounded like he was looking for someone. Do you want to maybe see if we can find them? And to do what? I don't know. Have a class reunion. A 1000-year reunion would be quite the unusual event. I wouldn't mind seeing them, although I don't think we should go out of our way looking. They have their own lives now, much like ours. We're free from the shackles that once bound us, and we should continue to be free to walk our own paths. Yeah, you're right, though I kinda hope we run into each other sometime. If we do, that simply means we were traveling intersecting paths. I like the sound of that. The hand of fate guide us. Indeed. Though to tell you the truth, until recently, I didn't believe in fate or miracles or soul, anything that couldn't be demonstrated by science. Oh, you didn't? Well, I guess that's normal in this day and age. But now that I've experienced it for myself, I can no longer not believe. It would be hard not to. Michelle? I know, I just said we shouldn't go out of our way to look for anyone. But there is one person I would like to find. Oh, I know, your brothers. Exactly. I said one person. Oh, no, it wasn't it? Oh, though I would like to see them too. Oh, so his brothers didn't reincarnate as his brothers? Damn. Well, I guess he's talking about Morgana. I was referring to her. I promised her that when we met again, we would be friends. I'd like that too. To see her again, to be friends, and to put a smile on her face. I really wish to see Morgana as well. Well, I think we've done enough relaxing to last the whole week. What's next on the schedule? I mean, I wouldn't mind staying here all day if that's what you want. I was thinking we can head into town. Maybe do some window shopping? Sounds like a plan. Was there something funny about that? Just, who would have thought the day would come when you would suggest we go out on town together? True. I wasn't holed up in there because I wanted to be. If things were different, I would have had no problems going outside. If you say so, Michelle. Well, you couldn't really go window shopping at medieval time, I believe, so... you know, that's different. Oh, speaking of books. Have you ever thought about writing anything, Michelle? Write a novel? Why would I? We've had some rather unique experiences, and I thought maybe they might make a good book. First of all, I have the writing ability of a 7th grader. Oh, that's surprising. Do I look like the writing type? You seem smart. You're smart. It seems like something you'd be good at. I would probably be much better conversationalist if I were any good with words. I wasn't actually sure if you realize how bad you were at that. I can assure you, I'm well aware. But you know, being able to express yourself verbally and on paper are two completely different skill sets. It may take you an hour to come up with exactly the right words to use, but writing doesn't have a time limit. Regardless, I don't think I could write about that. How about you? I suspect you might be the better fit for the job. What, me? I don't think I'd make a very good writer either. And this is going to sound silly coming from me, as the one who suggested it, but I think it might be best to keep our memories to ourselves. Putting something so personal, so special like that out there for all the world to see kind of makes it lose a little bit of that magic, you know? I agree with you wholeheartedly. And so much of those experiences I could never put into words, no matter what I thought of my own writing ability. Nor am I interested in putting them on display. They're so precious, in part because they are our experiences, and I would like to keep it that way. Yeah. Well, it sounds like we're in agreement, so next topic. We should buy something while we're here. Then, we can sit shoulder to shoulder on the sofa and read together. I have no objections. However, it might be best to buy separately, so we each have something we can enjoy. One book. One couch. A trip down memory lane. Pardon? You remember that time we sat by the fireplace together, reading from the same book? You were so stiff and cold. That was before we had fallen in love, even. But that was right about the time we started getting closer. Or, do you not remember? Of course I do. I remember that day crystal clear. I heated up some awful wine on the fire, then we made ourselves nice and warm and read a book of adventure stories. As I recall, I was not yet especially kind to you at that point in time, although I still consider it a happy memory. In that case, how about we look for something nice and old to spark some more of those memories? Yes, let's. That sounds like a good idea. Wow. Time sure fly fast. I can't believe the sun's already set. Why can't there be more time in the day? Your parents will probably be worried if you're out much longer. Let me walk you to the F station. Giselle? Give me 3 seconds. That's her phone. I presume she's calling home? Hey, Mom. I'm out with a couple of friends, and you'll never guess what happened. We ran into a few girls I haven't seen since high school. We're going to be staying at the night at one of their houses so we can catch up. I'll be back sometimes tomorrow. Yeah, I got everything. See you. Well, you heard me. Are you sure about this? And do you lie to your mother like that all the time? I just haven't told her I have a boyfriend yet, and I don't have time to have a conversation with her tonight, unless you don't want her to be at tonight. I didn't think you're a lying type. I can be a bad girl when I feel like it. Okay, I like that. I like that. She believed me without a second thought because I'm normally so well behaved. I've never given her a reason not to trust me. And you're sure about this? Would you rather I go home? I never said that. It just, we have plenty of time ahead of us. There's no need to rush anything. I tried to hide it, and probably not done the best job of it. But I've been over the moon all day today. And who wouldn't be? I finally reunited with the man I spent an eternity waiting for. And today's the first day I get to spend any real time with him. It might seem like we have all the time in the world, but you never know what might be waiting around the corner. We've both experienced that reality firsthand. Were you not as excited as me, Michelle? Have I been getting myself worked up over this all by myself like an idiot? Was I all alone in thinking that this would be the most important day of my life? No, of course not. When I saw you last week, the last thing I wanted to do was to let you go home. I wanted to carry you back with me, right then and there. But I didn't want to put you in any position where I was forcing you to uproot your own life, possibly getting in the way of your education. If any time called for a little pushiness, that was it. Yes, this was just an ordinary date, but it's a miracle it ever happened. I'm sorry. I want to spend as much time with you as I can, Giselle. Will you stay with me? Absolutely. Oh, and there's another thing that changed about you, Michelle. You learned some basic social skills, like reading between the lines. You act like I wouldn't have been able to figure out what you wanted me to say back then. Okay, you're right. I probably wouldn't have. Huh, I didn't think you'd concede that one. Huh, anyway, what now? Should we find a restaurant and have supper? Remember what I said about being pushy? Now it's the time. What? Meaning? You're going to make me spell it out for you? I want you to... you know, take me to your... Oh, of course. I would love to take you back to my... Crap. It's still a complete mess. But if I bring her to a tell, it will look like that's all I'm in it for. I just need to ask her to wait a little bit to buy me enough time to at least make it look like a tornado didn't just pass through. Michelle? Oh, let me guess, your place isn't presentable? Ah, well, that might be putting it lightly. How many naughty posters do you have? Not a one. What about blow-up dolls? Oh, God. Okay, I didn't expect that. Even fewer. What do you think I am? You don't need to hide anything from me, Michelle. No matter how strange your fetishes are, I promise I won't judge you. I love the old Michelle and I love the new Michelle, all as one. I did not expect my declaration of love in the park to be turned around on me quite like this. I swear, there's nothing weird about my place. I've just been so busy with work lately, I haven't had a chance to clean, so it's a bit of a wreck. Oh, well, if that's all it is, I will gladly help to make it sparkle. No, I'm not bringing you over to have you clean for me. Please, give me maybe 30 minutes, you can... Nope. What? I'm not spending 30 minutes, even 30 seconds, away from you just because your place is a little messy. It won't be long, I swear. No doesn't mean not long. It means no. I lied to my mom so I could have this time with you. And think about it. Wouldn't it be better for both of us if I could see you as you are, not how you want to look for me? To help pave the way for our future. She's going to have me under her thumb for the rest of my life, isn't she? Off we go then. First, some groceries, then back to your place. Off we go. And here we... I said I wouldn't judge you, but I don't think I can keep that promise. What did I tell you? Alright, time to roll up our sleeves and make this place shine. Oh, you know, this kind of reminds me of 1,000 years ago. Here's hoping I don't suffocate in a cloud of dust this time. Hey, his home is kinda cool. Phew. See, that didn't take too long between the two of us. I apologize for making it any of your for it to take any of your time. Oh, don't be really. I'm mostly glad it didn't turn out to be a bunch of gross rotting food. Swarming with bugs would be a bridge too far, I think. And I can tell you've been busy from all the thick books and stack of papers. Thin reference manuals or document stacks are a rarity. I try to keep as much of it digitally as I can, but a lot of these papers and reports aren't available in any other format. You're a system engineer, was it? Oh, that's cool. That's right. I was working at a company until a few years back, but I've been keeping steady work as a contractor lately. Wow. I'm amazed. The Michelle I knew would cower at the sound of the word work, and could hardly have survived for 3 days on his own. You know, before I found you, I assumed you'd be a noble like last time. So you assumed I was a helpless shut-in. And boy, I'm glad you didn't turn out to be King Neat again. I'm glad to have not disappointed you. I also kind of suspected you would end up making video games. I hardly even play games. What gave you that idea? I'm not sure. Visions of a parallel universe, maybe? Huh, I'm not even going to ask. That's weird. Is that a reference to something? I don't understand. Because I don't... okay, if that's a reference, let me know in the comments, because that sounds like a reference. What about you? Do you have a dream job, Giselle? I want to open a shop. Maybe it's because I came from a merchant family in my last life, but I've always been interested in running some kind of store. I'm even majoring in economics. Sick. Wait, so... Oh. She's just majoring? Ah, okay. So she's just studying. That's good. I like that idea. If I do manage to get something up and running, I hope you'll help her too. Absolutely. I'll do anything I can if it leads to a brighter future for you. Okay. Well, I'm going to borrow your kitchen for a bit. Is there anything I can help with? You made lunch too, so I'd feel awful doing nothing. Last I checked, you and cooking were a dangerous mix. I'd like to think my taste buds are a little more refined this time around. Hopefully. In that case, I think I'll have you chop the veggies. But I'm the one who puts everything together, okay? She doesn't believe me. Well, you were so poor at cooking 1,000 years ago. I'm stuffed. It was wonderful, thank you. Watching you work is like watching someone perform magic. Was I doing something funny you didn't tell me about? No, that's not what I meant. Just the way you managed to make everything so perfect without even looking at a recipe. Well, cooking is kind of a hobby of mine. But I lost a bit of preparation time to cleaning, so I couldn't make everything I wanted to. Next time, I'll make you something real fancy though. Like a roast chicken? Let's save that one for Christmas. I don't think when we have it makes the sight of just the two of us sitting around a large roast chicken any less ludicrous though. Oh yes, shall we open the wine now? Yeah, so you only brought me home so you can get me drunk and have your way with me. I'm just kidding. Only consensually. What? I'm joking. Let's have some wine, shall we? I never said I wasn't okay with it. Damn. Oh. This is still ways out, but I thought I would mention I'm going to be moving sometimes next year. Oh, but this is a perfectly fine apartment. I mentioned my parents live in the suburbs a little ways from here, right? Well, they're planning to buy a new house soon, so I'll be taking over their old place. No point in letting it sit unused, I figure. Wow. Is your family rich then? Not extravagantly wealthy or anything, but reasonably well off. Looks like nobility runs in your family after all. That's the literal definition, yes, but I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, it's bigger than here. So I was hoping you could come join me once things settle down at school. You're asking me to move in with you? I am. Absolutely. I love to. In fact, I was planning to start bringing stuff over here as soon anyway. I didn't think you'd be the one to ask me. I figure it doesn't hurt to be pushy every now and then. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me know when you have a date. I'll help with the move. Certainly. I'm quite looking forward to it as well. That is sick. Thank you for letting me use your shower, Michelle. And your clothes. No problem, although they're rather big on you. If a little tight around the chest. My heart's kinda starting to race now. In a different house, wearing different clothes with a different smell. Smell? I'm pretty sure that's clean. Should I get you something else? No, they don't smell. They smell like you, which makes me smile. Oh god, what am I saying? Oh, I forgot to mention. I only have one bed. Of course you forgot to mention that, King. The perfect number. Well then, right this way. After you. Hey, Michelle. Are you nervous? Not at all. We've slept together before, in the past. Oh yeah, I suppose we have. But this time feels different. My heart's pounding like crazy. I take it back. I'm nervous too. Ha! Hey, can we hold hands? Sure. I want you to know I'm the happiest girl in the world right now. So happy I'm scared I'll wake up and it will be a dream, or tomorrow will come and it will all turn away from me. I thought I was supposed to be the worrywart, and you were the eternal optimist. Normally. You have nothing to fear. I will never let go of this hand again. No vanishing on me or pushing me away or anything like that, okay? I promise. Let's make this happiness into something that lasts forever. You and me, together. No getting bored of me once I'm over the hill either. I would never. Besides, I'll be making it there well ahead of you. I expected you to grow up to be the classiest 40-something in town. And you don't forget it. I'll try not to disappoint you. Hey, Michelle. I love you more than anything in the world. Thank you so much for finding me in this life. And thank you for waiting so long and never giving up. Both in this life and the last, Giselle. I love you too. Good night, Michelle. Ah, this is so good! Oh man, why? Why is it so damn good? Thank you, God, and whoever made this game. Wake up, Michelle. So bright. I thought I shut the curtains. Morning, sleepyhead. Giselle, good morning. Wait, forget that. Do over. Huh? Good morning, master. Oh God, she's such a cynic, and I love it. I love every minute of it. I hope you slept well. I can say without a doubt, I have never slept better, nor woken to a more pleasant sight in my entire life. And so, their happy ending continued on. Thank you, God! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But do we hear about Morgana and stuff? I really hope we do hear about her, because I'm super interested. I mean, hey, her name is in the title, right? She was the main character. I believe... well, girl. I believe I'm on the 2nd floor. Ah, yes, there it is. But I need my key to get in. The landlord should be able to help me with that. He lives upstairs, if I'm not mistaken. Middle-aged woman. Oh my, why hello there. Are you our new neighbor? Yes, I move in today. Were you not told where to find your key? It was a rather sudden move, so perhaps it was missed in the confusion. Oh, is that so? Well, your key right here, darling. On the back of your mailbox door. Here you are. Thank you. You don't smile much, do you, darling? It's a real shame. You're very pretty. I just never been very good at it. Practice makes perfect. Thank you for your assistance, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Good day. Oh, why, thank you too, darling. Well, I should go. Before you go. Make sure to stop by and say hi to the landlord. I assumed you were... Oh, heavens, no, I live on the 3rd floor. The landlord's one level up, on the very top floor. My apologies for the confusion. It's the weekend, so he should be home. He recently took over for his parents, and my oh my, he's the prettiest young man I've ever seen. I'm not sure how a man would take to being called pretty, but I'll be darnest if there's a better word to describe him. If I were another 30 years younger, I might have tried to go after him myself. You can be what, 15, 16 years old? Still in high school and already living on your own. You're moving fast, darling. Are your parents? I have a lot to unpack, so I really should get going. Oh dear, so sorry for keeping you. If you need anything, just give me a shout, okay? Or the landlord. I'm sure he'll be happy to help too. It was a pleasure meeting you, darling. You too, ma'am. She's a bit overwhelming. I hope the landlord isn't quite so boisterous. She said he was a pretty young man. Well, I should at least say hello. I can leave my bags inside and unpack when I'm done. And we already know who the landlord is. Oh, a butterfly. How did that get in here? It's moving kind of sluggishly. Don't worry, I'll get you back outside where you belong. Take care. This is the place. I'm not looking forward to this. Too many new people in one day. Huh. Giselle, coming. It'll be just a second. A woman voice, but the landlord's a man, isn't he? Maybe his sister or wife? I'll get it. Wait, that voice. It's probably the new girl. We should both go out and greet her. Wait, what? Ah, yep, you're right. It's our new neighbor. It's a pleasure to have you. And oh my god, we meet again. Holy, that is incredible. My god, look at that. So wait, the landlord isn't Jacopo? It's Michelle? See you again. Oh my god. Oh my god. A glimpse of joy. That is crazy. And we unlocked the gift. That is incredible. This was the best thing I've ever experienced in so many video games. I played so many video games, and this is literally one of the best endings I've ever seen in my entire life. That is crazy good. Wow, this was perfect. Thank you, whoever made this game. Thank you. This was exactly what I needed. The house in Fata Morgana, a Requiem for Innocence. Perfect. Perfect. Kind of wish we got to see about the other people as well, because I was so invested in them. I really wanted to see Jacopo again, at least. But that was pretty good. Maybe the gift is part of that. But yeah, it was incredible. Wow, this was such a good experience. And after all that, we're gonna conclude today's video. And yeah, how do I even start? I mean, this was incredible. This was incredible. It was the shortest episode, but it was the best. It was everything I ever wanted, culminating into one tiny episode. And I love that. I really wish we could have seen a bit more, because the game is just that good. I mean, again, just like I said before, this game is one of the best stories I've ever experienced in a video game. And I really wish we could see more of that, but I guess we do have the backstage, and we'll save that for tomorrow, because I don't want this video to last like 3 hours. So, yeah. For today, it was perfect. It was everything that I wanted. Michelle and Giselle finally reunited. Oddly enough, they kept memories of their past life, which is kind of a cool twist, to be honest. It's a really nice addition. I really like that. I think that makes it all the more intense because, you know, they remember what they've been through. It's not been for nothing. And that was amazing. And at the end, we even saw that they became friends with Morgana. Well, they just met Morgana, but surely they'll become good friends. I'm sure of that. Kinda wish it was still Jacopo, because I really wanted the Jacopo Morgana ending. But I heard that after the backstage, you unlock some different episode. So I'm pretty excited to play that. I heard you also unlock a new screen after that, which I haven't seen. So I'm kind of waiting for that. I really loved unlocking the screen at after the first game. And yeah, I'll be waiting to do the same for this game as well. But again, incredible. The best ending I could have ever hoped for. It was incredible. It was just amazing. Yeah, I just, you know, wished it would last longer, but I guess with every good story, you know, it has to have an ending, right? You can't make something good last forever. So I'm really happy I played this game. It's amazing. I'm not gonna talk about it like it has ended, but I guess we don't know what's going to happen in the backstage, so I'm just gonna conclude everything we've seen so far. And it was the best experience in video game I had in a while. Sam says first about the first game, I'll say it right now. It was the best experience I've ever had in a video game in the past, I don't know, years. And the story was so good. I can't even remember the last time I played a game with a story this good. I was so moved by it. I cried. I was mad. I was, you know, in pain. All the emotion just came to me while playing this game. It was truly a superb game. The story is outstanding. I really wish, I don't know if whoever made this game made another one. Even though Requiem for Innocence is, you know, relatively, well, not new, but it's from 2018, if I remember correctly. So I really wish the guy who created it, or the girl who created it, whoever created it, would make another game. I honestly, honest to God, wish just for that. And if they did, I will make sure to check it out. That being said, make sure to let me know if there's other visual novels that are just as good as that one on Steam, and I will probably play them on the channel because I really like visual novels. But yeah, I believe we went through everything. It was an experience. Requiem for Innocence is incredible. It was definitely worth the purchase, 100%, even at full price. Even though you can get it now, because it's been so many years since its release, you can get it at a discount relatively often, and it costs honestly so cheap, so you might as well get it. But even for a full price, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's worth it. It's just that good. It was so great. We got to see all that happened between Jacopo and Morgana in full detail. And after that, we got to see more of the happily ever after. We got to see Michelle and Giselle being together and starting to build their own life and relationship. But yeah, that's definitely all for now. Today, we're gonna do the backstage. So make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Again, if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. But that's all for now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.